about to get started on supper. It's going to be a really great supper today because we're going to have our first fresh deer meat. Matt's going to make that part of the meal, so I don't have to worry about that. I think he's actually still got to clean it, but we're going to eat one of the back straps. We call it tenderloin. People tell us it's not technically tenderloin, but that's what we call it. So we're going to eat one of them. It's going to be really, really good. Matt's going to fry it, I think. I'm not sure if he's going to like bread it with flour and salt and pepper and do it that way, or if he'll do something else, but either way, I know it's going to be great. So I'm going to contribute a little bit. I guess I'm going to make most of the other things we're going to eat. I was going to make some of our, I have them sitting over there, some of our canned potatoes. I was just going to pour them out in the frying pan and fry them. But then I just got to thinking I'd really like some peas. I want some of the peas. I've got some in the freezer that a dear friend brought to one of my folk school presentations. So we ate on them, and then the rest of them I put them in the freezer. So I think I'm going to get some of those out. And then I was thinking, I know there's a recipe for creamed potatoes and peas in mine and Jim's cookbook, Celebrating Southern Appalachian Food. So I thought, I wonder if I could do that. I've never made it before, but I'm going to try it. So we're going to have that. I'll tell you about the recipe here in a minute. And then we're going to have some fried okra, and of course we got to have cornbread, and that'll be a delicious, delicious meal for sure. So this was the recipe and is in our cookbook, but it comes from Jim. And I have a great video, and I'll link to it, where Granny tells a story of when she was a small girl. She loved creamed new potatoes with fresh peas from the garden. And one year she ate so much of it that she got foundered. She got sick. So I will link to that video so you can go hear Granny talk about that. Jim says, creamed peas and new potatoes, both peas and potatoes have been long favorites in mountain gardens, and for many generations, the latter. Thanks to a combination of productivity, you can grow a lot of potatoes in a relatively small space, and keeping qualities was a staple vegetable, perhaps second only to corn in overall dietary importance. Fortuitously, green peas and potatoes reached the edible stage about the same time in late spring, and combining them into a delicious dish was commonplace. In today's world, you can buy new potatoes at any time of the year, and frozen English peas make the other part of this classic combo something that can be enjoyed through all seasons. The creamed can be a bit misleading since no cream, just milk, is involved in the dish. You can just add salt and pepper to taste if the amount suggested leaves the vegetable mix tasting bland. So then we need, this is what you need, and these are just, this is one of those recipes that after I tell you the ingredients, you can just kind of morph it, enlarge it, decrease it to fit what you need. 12 new potatoes, medium sized, and I'm sort of doing that because my potatoes are not, that one's got a bad place in it. My potatoes are new out of our garden, but they're not medium size. You can see that's small. So I'm just going to go with what I've got though. So we need 12 new potatoes, medium sized, 1 cup fresh or frozen garden peas, and I may go heavier on the peas. I may use more peas than the cup, at least a cup and a half. 1 tablespoon salted butter, 2 tablespoons diced sweet onion, 1 tablespoon all-purpose flour, 1 cup whole milk, 1 teaspoon salt, and ground black pepper. So the first thing, scrub potatoes with a vegetable brush to remove skin, or else wash carefully and leave skin intact. Cut in half unless some are quite small. Mixed sizes will be the case with those dug from the garden, while grocery store ones will have relative uniformity. Place in a saucepan in enough boiling water to cover and cook until barely tender, about 10 to 12 minutes. You can test with the point of a sharp knife, drain in a colander, and set aside. Cook peas in another saucepan of boiling water. Required time will be less, perhaps 5 minutes less, I guess is what he means. Well, that would be about 5 minutes. That would just be to taste how done you want your peas. And drain and set aside as well. So that's what we're going to do first. I've got the potatoes here. I was using one of my little squash that didn't grow very big as a book holder there. So I have less potatoes, like I was saying, and even though they're small, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut them in 2. It's just my preference, personal preference there. I've got some, I won't cut that one though, that one's really small, but these like that I'm going to cut in 2. I've got that one that's got a bad place, so. And you could certainly leave them whole. If you leave them whole, it might take more than that to get them fork tender. I'm gonna leave that one. These were some of the potatoes that we grew this year, and we just had them, I'm gonna cut the bad place off of that one. Had them, storing them in the, most of them are gone. We've almost ate all of them already. We did can quite a few of them, and then the rest of them we have stored in the basement. And so it's been very nice to have them, but they're about gone. We do still have the ones that we planted up here in our grow bags. We've not harvested them yet. So those are still there. I could have went out there and got some real new potatoes, but this will be okay, I think. Okay, so I've already got some water over there on the stove coming to heat, so we'll go over there and get started. So we'll let those come to a boil and boil for a little bit, but while they're working on that, while the stove's working on that, I'm going to go ahead and get the peas out. So when I froze the peas, I blanched them and then I spread them out on a cookie sheet and let them freeze individually, and then I put them in a bag so that way they're loose and I can just get out exactly what I need. So I'm going to definitely get the cup. And I think I'm going to get about a half a cup more. And then I'm just going to put the bag back in the freezer. So I'll turn them on and let them get started cooking too, and then I'll be getting all the other ingredients together. And go see if I can find Matt and see if he's ready to start on his part. So I got all my stuff together for my creamed peas and potatoes over here. And they're still cooking on the stove. Now Matt's going to start with his cleaning. You can see a little bit. We have a few videos where Matt cleans deer meat and where he's talking about it. And Matt's of the opinion that it having good tasting deer meat starts right when you harvest the animal. And Matt's,
that is correct.
Yeah, and Matt is very picky about how he cleans it. We've had it in a few videos recently. People ask if Matt takes his to the processor. He doesn't. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he just prefers to do it himself. So he's had this on the ice for a week.
10 days.
10 days, yeah. You could kind of pick it up and show what you're gonna do.
Yeah, all this silver skin and the white stuff, and it's got a little film on top of that even. All that's got to come off, and it'll just be cleaned all the way down to the red meat. And that makes it taste better if you get all that junk off. It's a little work, but it does taste better.
So while Matt's cleaning, I'm going to get some okra out, I think, and start chopping it up. Don't you want fried okra?
Gosh, yeah.
Okay.
What in the world kind of question is that? thought they'd get a chuckle out of me.
What?
I said, what in the world kind of question is that? Do I want fried okra?
Of course you do.
You'd ask me that at 10 minutes to 4 in the morning, and I would say, yes, I do.
Yes, you like fried okra?
Right in the middle of the night.
Leave them cooking a little bit longer. I can't stand potatoes that are not just really basically done all the way through. You like them when they're firm?
Not really.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let them cook a little bit longer. I need to, I've got my cutting board, the other one, but I've got all my stuff spread all over it. Gonna have to rearrange.
Now, the next thing to do is tenderize it. A lot of people, I've heard it lots and lots and lots that you don't have to on a back strap or a tenderloin, but I've always found it to be not as tender as I'd like, so I always tenderize it no matter what I'm doing with it. Now I'm going to slice this and we're just going to pan fry it. I'm not going to put any flour or anything on it. I'm going to season it a little bit, lightly season it, and then fry it in butter and garlic.
See what I brought you up here?
What did you bring?
We've not opened any of the jars from the Chastain tomatoes. I thought we could open a jar.
Mercy. That will be good.
I'll have to get you to open it. Are you going to cook yours out here, out there, or in here?
I can cook it in where I need to. Wherever you'd like.
Or
I can do it just as easy out there as I can in here.
Okay. I got to do I'm about ready to put together the peas and the potatoes, but I got to do the cornbread and the okra.
This can kind of be sort of the last thing because it won't take it long.
Okay.
But I'm going to season it and then I'll get out of your way.
No, you're not in my way. You're fine.
And I think I said lightly season this. That's not exactly correct. A little more than lightly. And this is bone sucking sauce. I think you get this Tractor Supply. Is that right, no? I think so. I think I've seen it there.
Somebody sent us that though. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And then I saw it later on at Tractor Supply, and that stuff is really good.
It's delicious. Can't wait, huh?
Can't wait. Got to try them. I guess I should get a utensil instead of my fingers. First, you got to sniff the vintage. Oh yeah, my goodness. You want some?
I'll see what you think first. Make sure it ain't hot.
Make sure it don't burn me alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not hot?
No, it's not a bit hot. But boy, it's good. Ain't it? That's kind of like the ones that I do without heat. But these are a little crispier than mine. Mine turned out kind of mushy this year.
Did they?
Yeah. That right there is extra good.
That's really good.
Better test one more just to be sure that they didn't put the best one on top.
Yeah.
Don't you guess?
Yeah, you better.
Man, they got that down pat. They know what they're doing.
So good.
Drink the juice out of that.
Yeah.
Mercy.
Those may be all eat before tonight.
There'll be a bunch of them get to eat.
Got the potatoes draining, or drained really. Peas are still going, and now I'm going to add my butter to the pan here and get ready to make the creamy part of this dish. I'll go ahead and add the onions. I may have more than 2 tablespoons of onion, but it'll be okay. And let it cook just a few minutes, and while that's cooking, I'm going to get my cornbread stuff ready. I've got my already tossed the okra and cornmeal, so it's ready to cook. I drained the peas, and I'm going to go ahead and add the flour and let it cook for a minute or so. So I'm going to add the milk. Let that cook till it gets thick, which shouldn't take long. And splashing. Okay, I think we're ready to add the potatoes back. We'll go ahead and add the salt though, and some black pepper. I'm going to turn the heat way down too. Here's the potatoes back. And the peas.
When I need to start.
What do you think about this, Matt? Look. This looks like it'd be just a meal with if you had the cornbread.
Absolutely.
I'm going to turn the heat completely off. I don't want that wonderful little sauce to disappear. Now, I got to do the okra and the cornbread, and Matt's got to do the meat. That looks great though, don't it?
Yeah, I might even cover that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. We'll get ready to do the okra, and I've got my cornbread pan in the oven heating up, and I've got my cornbread about ready to mix up. Salt and some pepper, and just let it cook till it gets good and brown, and I'll probably finish it in the oven the last little bit. I have several videos about cooking okra. I'll link to one of them in the description below where I give more detail about it, but basically that's it. I like to let it cook till it turns brown on one side, kind of try to flip it over, which is hard to do with that much in a pan, and then let it cook a little bit longer, and then put it in the oven to finish it off. Okra's looking pretty good. I've managed to get the kitchen cleaned up mostly. Matt's got the meat going. So I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to set it in the oven with the cornbread and let it finish cooking in there. Once the cornbread's ready, the meat's ready, we'll be ready to eat.
All right, we're fixing to cook the meat. I'm gonna do it on the porch because there's so much going on inside. I'm gonna cook this in a little butter and some chopped up garlic, and a little bit of liquid aminos, which is, if you're not familiar, is a kind of a substitute for soy sauce. Supposed to be a little better for you. I don't know. The girls started using it, so I started using it too, and works pretty well. Gives it good flavor. So Austin down there, he got his knee boots on. Looks like he was going hunting.
Oh, so he may not be here for
So,
supper. Matt said Austin looked like he was headed in the woods, so he'll have to eat leftovers, which will be fine. Think about where I'm gonna put the okra. He loves okra. If he knew this was up here, he might just not hunt. Okay, looks like a feast. Do we dare call the others, or do we just eat it in peace?
I'll go get in the closet and eat this.
What do you think about that?
My goodness. That's plumb almost too pretty to eat.
Calico peas, our potatoes, Robert's peas, our friend Robert. But delicious, huh?
Gosh, yeah.
Looks good, Dad, don't it?
It does. My stuff.
You gotta come with us. You gotta come with us next year and do it. Help cook it.
He will adopt you.
Looks like a feast.
Yeah.
Okay, the yahoos are coming, but I'm gonna go ahead and fix mine. And
Here's one yahoo.
yeah, Matt thought Austin was going hunting, but he just come in, so he didn't. He must have just been doing something that needed his boots for a minute or two. You know I'm gonna put my peas and my potatoes right over top of my cornbread. Try to crumble it up a little bit. I'll start with that.
I meant to get the salt and I forgot it.
I'll bring you the salt if you can wait just a minute. Some okra. Oh. Let's see. Salt and pepper, please, for your daddy. Thank you. I'll get me a pickle. I'm gonna make a plate so that I can feed Ira. Go right ahead. Oh, I'm about to forget the deer meat. I was thinking, that doesn't look like it's. Am I forgetting? Some fruit for it. That's just a beautiful plate.
Pretty, isn't it?
What, the peas and potatoes?
Yeah.
Matt
Where'd
says
you get
good.
this recipe? Don't reckon I ever saw this.
Well, I've known about it for my whole life. Granny tells a great story about getting foundered on new potatoes and fresh peas. But I remembered just yesterday, I don't know what I was thinking about. I was thinking about our canned potatoes. We're planning this supper, me and Matt. And I said, well, I'll do those. And then I just started thinking about this. And the recipe from Jim Cassida, this is his recipe, is in our cookbook. So let's see what I think.
You got any heat to them?
No heat.
All right, Ira, Mama's coming.
That's a finer thing, ain't it?
The little sauce on it, the cream, has a little bit of the onion flavor. That is nice. I can see why Granny got foundered on it. Only thing it needs that we didn't get out, it's got onions in it, but a real little like green onion from the garden would be perfect with it. I guess we'll just have to make do with the pickles though. The fried okra is also in our cookbook. And then, of course, cornbread, and it's those kind of recipes. But a few of Matt's deer recipes are in it. The roast and the grilled tenderloin marinade and all that is in that. He didn't do that today, but it's really, really good what he did today, but that's really, really good too. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me and Matt as we cook supper. It's a really special supper. We celebrate that first fresh deer meat of the year. We really celebrate it every time we eat it though, because it's just one of the main things we eat that we really love, and so blessed that Matt can get it for us. So this is really going to be great though, a real feast, and you can hear the little boys. One's eating and one's running around. You ready to eat, Woodrow? You want a bite? He's got something he's playing with, so he's like, no, Grandma, I'm playing. I'm just playing. We're always glad when you stop by to help us celebrate Appalachia.
And that means food, food, food.